This is Peshwa Acharya once again. This is my part 2 of what I was saying a little bit in terms of lifestyle management, and wish I had some mentors and gurus when I was 20, 25, 30. Maybe 30 years ago, this concept was not there because we used to just play cricket as the ball comes. We didn't think too much. I think now the zillennial generation, the millennial generation, younger people are much more conscious. So I'm just adding my life's understanding as if I have turned the life over and gone into a time machine and 30 years ago what I would have done. So let me start. So one of the important things is I never knew if you are really wanting to have a great diet and a long healthy life, try to reduce your intake of carbohydrates, carbs. For most healthy people, you don't need so much of carbs, not required. And the typical thing which they say that balance your food, that's very important. Carbs, fat, protein, fruits, vegetables, cellulose, all things mixed together. And there is an old adage which goes, if your plate looks colorful, that means it's a great plate, that means it's very balanced. I think it stands still good. Try to have color in your food. A lot of greens, lot of purple, lot of red. The more colors, better it is. So that's very important. Okay. Second thing, let me tell you on non-veg. I am a strict non-veg. I have been a strict non-veg throughout. However, from a body's point of view, if you can balance non-veg and veg, it is always better. I never say that go completely veg. I never say that. But try to manage your non-veg well, and especially many of these factory food, which are the sausages and the bacon, which is basically factory made. Try to avoid that. The processed food, the processed meat, try to avoid that. Not only there are synthetics added for the processed meat, chemicals added, but as such it has very, things which will affect the bloodstream and heart in the long term. So if at all non-veg, reduce the amount of non-veg. I'm not saying don't have non-veg. That's one. Second is pick up the good quality non-veg. So fish and marine is very good. Have a lot of white, as they call white non-veg. Use that. Then of course there is a thing which is called plant-based protein. You can have that. But for people who like, there is also some interesting index and attribute which is there, which is called satiety index, which means what you eat, are you satisfied with it? Because it is not just the balancing of protein and carbohydrate, but you have to be as a person satisfied. It's called satiety index. So you need to pick up fruits which give you higher satisfaction. That is another internal control which you can have. So I told you about color, I told you about non-veg, I told you about reducing carbs. If at all carbs you are having, try to have carbs which are a little complex carbs. In fact, for many parts of the world, including Asia, we are all rice eating. So rice is not bad. Have it in proportion, and there are different kinds of rice. Try to get unpolished rice, sticky rice, black rice, brown rice. In fact, if you see, there's a huge portion of Japanese use what is called sticky rice. That is supposed to be good. It is lower on glycemic index. So it is a better thing. So you can have rice. It's not that avoid rice. Also have a lot of complex carbohydrate like oats and others. And you have to also remember that even fruits and vegetables do have carbohydrates. Yeah. And in terms of fruits and vegetables, one thing which I keep on saying, and I think in India we don't have it anywhere, we must have a lot of salad, lot of fruits, and you can have fantastic salads. In fact, I always say look towards the Mediterranean people. Mediterranean diet is one of the best diets according to me which can be followed. So they have a lot of greens, lot of salad, lot of olive, lot of feta cheese, greens, and together with that they have non-veg. So Mediterranean diet, according to me, if we can follow, it will be great for a lot of us. And I am telling that you start early on in life, because whatever I am telling right now is become part of your DNA. Matlab, it will be inside you. You will not feel like you are having to do something separate. It will be ingrained in your system. That's very important. So Mediterranean diet, nuts and berries, lot of fruits, and one of my things of fruits is that you don't have to necessarily have fruits which are imported, kiwi and avocado. Our guava, and a great favorite of mine is kala jamun. You know, that jamun what we have, black jamun. Unfortunately, it is available only for, I think, a month in India, not more. But you can actually see whether we can get it. So that's a great food. And the last one, which I always think we never thought that to be very important, which is essentially your sleep. Food, exercise, diet, sleep. Sleep is the most important thing. In fact, the biggest thing you can take away from someone, if you take away the ability to fall asleep. So please get your sleep, high quantity sleep, high quality sleep. So in 24 hours, it's a very clear thing. You have to sleep 7-8 hours. Please don't reduce that, and start that early. Try to follow the circadian cycle of sleep and eating, which means that that's how the human body has been programmed. So if you can have the food during daytime and sleep during night time, that is the best for the body, and it becomes part of your DNA. So this is, once again, I don't think. And the last one, which I'll have a separate video on, that is the ability to reduce your stress. So increase your happiness hormones, decrease your stress hormones. This is a simple thing in life, not easy to do. I'll have a separate video on that, of how you can do it. But this is Peshwa Acharya telling you, and do follow and write, comment and follow my channel. Bye from Peshwa.